Hey everybody, Joey here. So I recorded this podcast in a separate location. If you listen, I'm with Eric. So Alex was running the ones and twos for this episode. And I didn't check to see if her mic was unmuted. So for the first 10 minutes or so, you're not really going to be able to hear Alex, but you can hear James, Eric, and I responding to Alex. Next time I won't fuck it up. And maybe I'll even be on time. Who knows? All right. I love you. Bye.
What a weird way to... Oh, she did not wait. She did not wait until it was over. No, you did not.
No, it does a little pause and then it's completely on there. Like you did it, you were like, we are live, and it was still like everything was still. It may have been on your end, but on the actual end of the stream, it wasn't ready.
What is that? How is that showing up?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We got two things. Oh yeah, you hosted up.
Who's your host with the most, Alex?
The most
Hosted, Alex. That's untrue. I'm actively taking Prozac. I think I'm more stressed than you.
This man's actively medicated.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
Híjole. She's not even... This is going to be the second week in a row that we don't get introduced. You don't know the nicknames by now?
Whoa, dude.
The master debater.
You didn't seem too happy about that.
I'm not hosting shit. I'm a panelist on this review. I ain't co-hosting nothing.
This is the annual meeting. Investors meeting.
Come on, girl, you gotta keep introing it. She nervous, ain't nobody watching.
I know. I even clicked off. I stopped watching.
It's all downhill from here. Did you just assume my gender?
It's a little messed up. So we reviewed...
My pronoun is he.
Oldboy 2030, a Korean movie. Alex watched Oldboy from 2013, an American movie.
An American remake of the Korean movie.
All right. Daisu is an obnoxious drunk, bailed from the police station yet again by his friend. However, he's abducted from the street and wakes up in a cell where he remains for the next 15 years. Drugged unconscious when human contact is unavoidable, otherwise with only the television as company. And then suddenly released, he is invited to track down his jailer with a denouement that is simply stunning.
Do shit.
$20.
God damn. And then
So they're already a little different, and we just got through the fucking synopsis.
What does Joe's name mean? Because Daisu's name means it's like off a Greek tragedy basically. It's based on the Greek myths or classics. If you remember classics, you'll recall that Sophocles' tragedy Oedipus Rex concerns a man who inadvertently married his own mother. So Oedipus is, Daisu.
it's Oedipus, buddy.
Man, whatever.
And how much you know, Joe? He's just a guy.
Just Joe.
What's his last name? Duchamp?
Duchamp. Do shit.
Do shit.
Do shit. Bop it.
Rocket.
You guys like green? I do love green. Why? What's up? Wolf
What's up?
Chip?
What type of green?
I have a green apple Gatorade right now.
I have a green logo Starbucks cup. I have no green on me.
Don't we all?
Why are you gonna sponsor us, dog? All right, girl, keep going. I think you're doing a really good job.
I think you're doing all right.
Wrong mouse. There's
How many
only one
mouses you got over there?
Oh, wow.
What?
You said James.
No, do production.
Yeah, you do production first.
Oh, no,
Jan.
I got you on this part.
Yeah, let her.
I
do
got
it.
you on this part,
Let her
Alex.
do it.
Oh, never mind.
She just yelled over you.
Take charge.
Huang.
You'd win for it though.
Screenplay by Hwang Jo-yoon, Lim Yeon-hyung, and Park Chan-wook. It's based on the manga Oldboy by Garen Tushukiya and Nobuku Minageshi.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also
Cinefix-
learned that.
Cinefix has a really cool video that describes the differences between the comic and the Korean movie.
So I had seen that video. I didn't watch the video, but I was like, oh, I thought it was comparing the two movies. I didn't realize it was based. Okay, I have to
So
look at that.
Cinefix has a whole series where they compare the source with the
Mhm.
movie version. It's
See,
really
I've
good.
seen that, but I did because they've also compared like remakes and stuff. I just
Mm.
assumed that that's what they were doing. I know I have to watch that though because I do like the stuff they do.
We just watched it. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
The,
Okay.
the music's by Cho Young-wook. Cinematography by Chung Hoon. Edited by Kim Sang-bum. And then production company is Show East. It's distributed by Show East, and it was released the 21st of November of 2003. Box office domestically, it made 4.7% at 707K. Internationally, it made 95.3% at 14.2K. Or no, sorry, 14.2 million. So for a worldwide of $14.9 million.
What was the budget?
It was on a budget of
One shoestring.
3 million.
Wow.
So a budget of 3 million, it made definitely made back its money.
At least.
So Rotten Tomatoes, 82% of the critics. Or how does this work again, Joey?
Yeah, so 82% of the critics, 82% of the 150 critics that reviewed the film reviewed it highly, which I think is a 6 or higher.
Okay.
And then 94% of the audience's 100,000 ratings were over 60, so they reviewed it highly.
So certified fresh.
It is fresh a fuck.
What's yours certified as, Alex?
I don't think it is. Man, if you did though, oh man, hell yeah.
Random as hell.
Well, almost 10 years later
Oh,
on the
shit.
day.
Yeah.
Good. Hard to pronounce names here, too.
Minagishi?
So Park Chan came back. That's rough.
What is the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Do, do, do.
But no, they just what?
What?
No, you're looking at-
Yeah, you're looking at the Korean one, dog.
Man, if they did though, wouldn't that be wild?
Oh, Alex, do me a favor, and on the mixer, at the very bottom in the first row, turn that knob up. In the very first row, all the way at the bottom, turn the knob up. First row on the left. Yep. Now talk into the mic. Oh, now that's loud.
Yeah, that is a lot better.
That's good.
All right.
Wolf Chip, is that better? We'll find out. Ooh, so 34 from critics and 37 from audience?
Yeah, so it's 39 at 151, and it's 37% audience at over 25,000.
Wow. Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we should be doing.
So what I've heard about the difference, like this, like when Spike Lee did this movie, like he didn't understand kind of what the movie was about. Like he didn't know how to like portray it, I guess you can say, and like all like the big moments that make the Korean version good, he just misses them.
Is the fight scene not good?
They have like.
So there's some things with it where they talk about it. Is like the main thing is like the camera scene where like how it's going. Well, it's that fight scene where the camera goes back and forth or whatever. Like they don't shoot it like that, and then it's kind of just shot all crazy and all over the place. And
What? It's not James.
James, go ahead. Why'd you pick him, man?
so I've been meaning to say Oldboy. Every time I put it on my wheel, it just never hits. So you know, I was like,
talks. Unmute this.
Eric. Yeah.
Yes.
I just know why he probably picked it. But go ahead.
Oh no, you can't hear her.
At all.
Oh fuck. Hold on. We got some production issues. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Damn it. Can't hear the girl. Yeah, we're working on it, Will Chip.
Well, I picked it because I love Korean movies. You know me, dude. I think Korean movies, I think they're the best. 100%.
Alex, say something really quick.
I'm gonna let
Can you
you
hear me
know.
now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So when people say this stuff, like they think like certain things are better, like especially like foreign films from a certain like from certain like other countries, it's like it's only because you're seeing the best though. You're not seeing.
Yeah, that's
Korean
100% true.
Yeah, like
Wow,
I've only
that's
seen
it, though, you
the
know?
cream of the crap.
But the best
Yeah.
Korean movies go fucking hard though.
yeah,
It is so
for sure.
hard.
But I think if he was Korean and then seeing only the best American movies, he'd probably be like, damn, America, fucking the media is so good. But I feel like that's how it is in China because they only let so many movies in. They're probably like, damn, America don't miss.
If you only watched good American movies though, even in America, you'd be like, America don't miss. Hollywood don't play games.
Yeah, but instead I watch about 73 movies a year that I'm like, I can't get that time back.
This tough one.
But like so they do the fight scene, but it's shot totally different. Like it's kind of just everyone's kind of just around him. I think is that how it is, Alex? How's the? If I'm kind of, I want to make sure I'm not just misremembering it because I've seen the fight scene, not the movie.
Yeah, he's basically fighting everybody with a hammer.
But they're like it's more like circling him, right?
Yeah.
Versus
Well,
the
it's kind of
Korean-
like in a long hallway-ish thing.
okay, so it's similar.
That
And
sounds
so-
like
Yeah.
almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it has like bars, like a side rail type thing on it, and so they're
That's
basically
different.
just like fighting each other.
But doesn't he
So-
like go up on the rail, like over like to a separate part?
No,
Because
So
there's a
does
scene.
does the
What?
camera cut during the fight scene?
I don't think so. And if
Wow.
it cut, they did a really good job
Hiding
And-
it?
hiding it.
But when they stab him, it's at the like the very end though,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
which is-
that's different.
Yeah, they.
So like that was the big thing they had a problem with because like the whole like because when he's kind of like winning the fight, it's going one way, and then when he's losing, it like retreats. But it's not filmed like that in the American version. And then the stab is like it's like a big moment, and then he kind of like really kind of goes up. In the American one, they stab him in the end, and it's just like they just do the stabbing because they remembered. Oh yeah, he gets stabbed at one point.
Oh, that's lame as fuck.
Yeah. So that's one of the things where like Spike Lee, they're like Spike Lee, like
He
didn't
forgot
understand
about that moment.
he didn't understand why like the significance of the scene and why it was shot the way it was. And then he's like, oh shit, I gotta make sure he gets stabbed. But it's like, no, that's not what that's about.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it was a CGI stab knife in the Korean movie.
Wait, was it
Dude.
really? I thought you said that earlier, and I thought you were joking.
No, CGI. The only CGI in the movie was that knife in the back of his
During
back.
the fight,
Yeah,
right.
and then his arm when like the ants were coming out of it.
Well, yeah.
That
Yeah.
arm was CGI.
Dude, oh boy was clicking jaws though, dude. I like the sound effect, dude. Every time you hit people and it just like it did a smack sound.
Yeah.
I messed with it for real.
I like
So-
personally that they were scared of him. They're like, I don't want to fight this guy.
Man, fuck this guy. He's crazy.
Dude, he got stabbed and he got stronger.
Was that the same in the American Alex, or they were actually scared of fighting him?
No,
Oh, that's so weird.
no, they weren't.
No.
But I really want to know the differences, so I want to hear from you guys how he was like captured and kidnapped.
Oh, so we don't want to talk about the last time we saw it.
Oh fuck. Okay. James, when was the last time you saw this movie?
First time I've ever seen it, and the last time I've ever seen it was a few hours, like a couple hours ago, because I waited till last moment.
Last time you're gonna see it?
That's
No.
crazy.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Joey, when was the first and last time you saw this movie?
So the first time that I saw this movie was in college. I was working overnight at the dorm, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Oldboy in the office while I'm working." And I was like, "Oh boy, I probably should not have watched this movie here."
It was not safe for work.
Well, the minute they started having sex, I was like, "Oh god, oh shucks."
And it's way more graphic than the like American version.
Oh yeah. That was the first and last time I saw it in full. And then I saw the second half of the movie this morning when I got to Eric's house.
Yeah, we just saw like the last 30 minutes just to see the ending again.
Yeah. The ending goes hard. Oh my god.
Yeah,
his heart
I don't know
out.
how.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how the American one ends, so I'm kind of curious to see how it differs.
I'm really excited to hear Alex explain it. I'm super
Yeah.
excited.
Eric, when was
You
the
can
first
ask yourself. Oh.
last time you saw this movie?
I can't remember. It's been like a while. It has to have been at least 8 years since I've seen this movie. And then I just rewatched it yesterday night.
So I watched the 2013 version last night at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I started mine at like 12, so DGen hours definitely.
Okay, so it says characters. You want to say the characters?
We don't say the character.
got-
No, I thought we did.
No.
No.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll skip that.
We're letting
part.
the two
But
people
did
who
you
know
guys-
the least about the show.
Did you guys
host it.
recognize Odaisu's actor?
No, 'cause I didn't
He's
watch
in.
it.
Is he the one? Is he in
Oh.
one of the other movies? Yeah.
No, he's in I Saw the Devil.
He's the weird creepy man, the
Oh,
serial
okay.
killer man.
But guess who's in my movie?
Who?
Elizabeth Olsen
Hell yeah.
And
she-
Thanos.
and Thanos and what's his face?
Who's like the evil guy? What's he known for?
Let me see. But Samuel L. Jackson was in mine too.
Damn, that's an
Sammy J.
Avengers.
he was the hotel owner, right? Or the prison
He
owner?
wasn't
or
like the
whatever?
owner. He was like the one that was like, I guess,
Feeding
making
him?
sure they were fed and
Yeah.
cared
Did he get his teeth
for.
pulled?
No. He
Oh.
got his neck like so. Joe cut out pieces of his skin on his neck, around his neck.
What
God
the
damn.
hell?
That's
So-
weird.
So Odaisu, he wanted to get answers from the dude that owned like the hotel or whatever it was, the prison. So he cut out or he like pulled his teeth out to get answers.
That's
Oh.
cool as fuck. Like
So I'm guessing he did the same to like, get answers from
Yeah.
Sammy J.
But the like antagonist, I guess you would say, in mine, he was known for like Maleficent and the A Team,
Oh, wow.
District 9.
The rich dude.
Yeah.
The main guy is the what's called the alien dude from District 9.
I think so.
no way. Charlotte
Isn't
Copley?
that the director? Didn't he? Didn't the District 9 director star as the main?
No, not in District 9.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So back to my question. I want to know how he was kidnapped or in difference to how he was kidnapped in my movie.
So,
So-
in the Korean movie, Like he's like in jail basically, like in the drunk tank essentially, and his friend picks him up, and then like they go to a phone booth, call like his daughter because it's like her birthday, and like he hands the phone to his friend, and while his friend's talking to his daughter, he just disappears.
So that's like completely different than my movie.
Oh wow.
In my movie, he's like this like commercial or whatever he was called.
Like a sales guy.
Yeah, and it opens up with him like drinking and doing this and that, and he finally like makes it to the office, and his secretary was like, "Oh, this person's mad, this person's pissed, you know, Donna keeps calling, blah blah."
Not
And then-
Donna.
Ew, that's like a lot of other
Yeah.
character development from other
Yeah.
people.
And so he gets down at his desk and he answers his phone, and it's Donna, who is like his ex-wife, and it's his daughter's 3rd birthday, and he was like, "I'm not coming, she doesn't need me there, she's 3 years old, so she's not even gonna remember that I'm not there." And then like she calls him a dick and he calls her a bitch and then hangs up. And so like his boss comes and was like, "You have to do this dinner, it's a very important dinner, if you don't succeed, you're fired." So he goes to this dinner, and the deal is basically like closed. It's a husband and wife. The husband gets up and leaves, and I think the husband is actually Falcon from Marvel. That's the actor.
Whoa.
But
What?
This is
Yeah,
all
half the Marvel universe is
Yeah,
in
dude,
there.
I know.
This
And
is
so-
a multiverse.
and so he gets up and leaves, and then Joe like hits on his wife. So the husband comes
Oh.
back and was like, "How dare you disrespect my wife?" The deal is over, and like hits him. So then he goes like on another drinking binge. Goes,
Where's this set?
What do you mean?
What's like what city is it in, or is it like an?
I don't know.
I can't.
Do they even say?
Yeah, do they?
Hey, you know who else is in that movie? Mantis from the MCU as well.
Get out of here.
Yeah, in the 2013 version.
Spike Lee
What?
really just said, "Hey."
Damn, these Marvel motherfuckers making some movies though.
New York City, I think.
Oh, okay.
But so he gets up and he goes drinking more. He ends up at some bar, but the owner was like, "No, go away. Like,
Damn.
go get some coffee and come back tomorrow." And then he goes to some little like Chinese booth that has like these little squeaky toys. And the lady keeps saying like
Sounds
$5.
weird.
It was really weird. $5. So he pays her $5, and then he ends up with some other lady that has an umbrella that has like the marks, like the tallies. It's a yellow
Uh-huh.
umbrella with the yellow tallies going around it. And then next thing you know, he wakes up in a hotel alone.
What the hell? They take a long ass time, huh?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
So how long is it until he gets abducted?
Like 20 minutes, it felt like.
Wow.
He's out of the hotel in the Korean movie at 30 minutes.
And then we
Well,
spend a
but
lot
they're-
of time in that hotel room. Like half the movie is in that hotel room. Because then you
Half the movie?
that's what it felt like, because
It might be though.
he's like figuring out, and then he realized, and so while he's in there, they show him this like broadcast that his wife had been murdered,
Oh,
Okay, that-
wow.
but
It's different.
That-
they like
what-
knock him out with this gas
Mhm.
occasionally.
thing,
So
yeah.
they took his semen because he had just like masturbated
Nice.
before he got knocked
Nice.
out.
Uh-huh.
And so they took his semen, they
That's wild.
they put his prints on this crowbar, and they like
I guess
swabbed his mouth.
they did
for
the same
DNA.
thing for the Korean
yeah,
one.
he,
they
they,
like,
they
Yeah.
frame him for killing his wife.
Yeah,
but
that's what they did.
it's
Oh,
like
okay.
blood instead.
but they don't show him like a broadcast. Oh, I guess they did broadcast the
They,
news.
they say, I don't know. Yeah, it's but it,
But mine's the
I don't
fake
know, but-
news. So
Oh.
Spoilers, right?
Yeah.
no. This is real news though in the Korean one.
Yeah, in the
Like,
Korean one, it's
actually-
real.
well, I mean,
They
she was like really murdered and stuff, but they were doing.
Oh no,
like,
yeah, this lady too was really murdered. He just didn't do it.
But in mine,
This movie went from very different to being very similar real fast.
Yeah.
but then he would show him like these random like mystery unsolved segments that seemed like a real TV show, but then at the end of the movie you realize it's just like a set that the antagonist had built.
Damn, that's some
weird.
next
a
level
mind
shit.
fuck. Hey, you know what's crazy? Who was originally supposed to do the 2013 one? So it was supposed to star Will Smith. I guess he expressed interest,
What?
and
Get the
Steven
fuck outta here.
Spielberg was supposed to direct it.
Steven Spielberg.
I
Yeah,
don't know about that.
I don't know, man. It could have been real cool though.
it couldn't have been any worse.
It could not have been worse.
The fight scene probably would have been nice.
Oh, dude, oh.
Dude,
It
Will
depends on the
Smith,
cinematographer though.
but Will Smith would have done better. I feel than Josh Brolin.
I mean, I don't know, girl. How did you feel about Josh Brolin as the main character?
I thought he did very good in his role.
Did you feel for him? Like, was he were
Yeah,
you empathetic
and
towards him?
There was this one time.
How about when he fucked his daughter?
There was this moment where because the antagonist was like, look, you find out why I imprisoned you and who I am, and I'll
Kill myself, right?
kill myself, and you get $20 million in diamonds,
Oh,
and you
wow.
get the video of me like killing and raping your wife and my written confession.
Oh my god.
If you find out who I am and why I did this.
In
So
5
they-
days?
In
They kill and rape his
46
wife?
hours. He gets 46 hours to figure it out. So him and Elizabeth Olsen's character, like...
How does he meet her?
Yeah, how do they meet?
How do they meet?
He got out. So the way they got or let him go was originally he was going to escape. He took the concrete out of the shower and made a hole so he could like go through.
How do you
like,
take
the
it out with
walls.
chopsticks?
No, his hands. He was
Oh,
using
Oh, hell no.
he was using like his fingers, like
What
his
the fuck?
nails to get
Yeah.
the concrete away. So then he was gonna escape, and then they gassed him, and then he woke up in like this Louis Vuitton trunk.
Of course.
It's like a
Of course, it had
trunk.
to be Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. And so when he gets out, he sees the original girl with the yellow umbrella with the tallies on it and starts chasing her. And then he gets to this football field and he grabs her and she's like, "Let me go," and she like punches him. And then these football players come up and they try to like attack him, but he like beats the shit out of them. I'm pretty sure he killed a couple of them.
Was he also punching walls?
Yeah, he
Getting buff?
Oh,
Yeah.
he was training like that, punching walls?
Yeah,
Okay.
you saw him like punching walls and doing like pull-ups
Push-ups.
and sit-ups
Ooh.
and stuff like that. And then
Josh Brolin's a big dude, too.
Yeah.
That's a sexy man.
and so he's
got a
following
nice
the
jaw.
girl with a yellow umbrella, and then the girl gives the umbrella to some like homeless person that's getting like free healthcare service from this van. And then when he runs up, he tries to like take the umbrella, and then that's when Elizabeth Olsen is like, "Hey, cut it out. He doesn't know any better." And so that's how he meets her. She's like a healthcare worker.
Oh, okay. So Odaisu meets his daughter in a sushi restaurant. Like as soon as he gets out the joint, he's like, "I need to eat something alive." So he ends up
I
eating.
need to eat something alive,
He said that, and so the girl's like, "We can feed you octopuses."
Oh, right.
And then she's like, "All right, it's alive. Do you want me to kill it now?" And then he's like, he takes it and he actually eats like alive octopuses in real life, not just in the movie.
Oh, what?
He actually ate real octopuses,
Ooh.
and it was controversial abroad. Some countries did not like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Why the fuck would he do that?
And then like he gets like a phone call, and then like it triggers like his hypnosis, and then she touched him, and then he passes out, and then she ends up taking him home to like care for him or some shit.
So, and then they become closer because after he got stabbed, he went back to Chucky's, which is his friend's bar and also his friend's name. And she's like stitching him up and caring for him and gave him an IV because she was like, he's really malnourished and dehydrated and this and that. And so while she's there, while he was captive, he wrote letters to his daughter to give her when he got out. And she started reading the letters. And then that's just where their relationship went from there.
Or I guess I was thinking like how does she not know it's his father? But like she was 3, I guess, in your movie. I don't know how old it was in the Korean film.
She's probably.
I'm assuming the same age, like 3, so you don't
Yeah.
actually remember anything, I guess.
But he actually, so the antagonist would show like videos of her like playing a cello, and he used an actor. He used.
Damn, this shit hidden.
Why'd you stop? Keep talking.
'Cause I
There's
didn't
2 of
know-
you guys there.
He used an actor since she was like 10, and so when it all came about that wasn't really his daughter, because it was an actress that he's been using.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, then how do you not know it was his daughter? But if it was a fake daughter, then
Yeah.
yeah.
My
And-
internet's messing up, so you guys are gonna sound real robot-y.
Oh no, really? Is that why you've been
Yeah.
so quiet?
Yeah, like, and I don't know how I'm coming across.
You're
Fine.
good.
You just
Yeah.
look quiet. You're quiet and pixely a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. My internet's totally acting up, so like, I'm just like, all right, Estelle, and I'm gonna try to piece together what you're hearing between the robots. The only thing I really heard in the end was that it wasn't really his daughter, and I'm like, well, that's totally.
Well, because he
different.
made a comment, he was like, "It's been 20 years of hard work changing her name, and keeping her like on the quiet, so you don't know it's her."
Yeah, the evil guy at the end of the Korean one kind of said the same thing. He's like, I've basically raised your daughter since she was 3. I know exactly who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because like on that one it says like a Swedish family adopted him, but was he like paying for everything, or did he actually adopt her in the Korean one?
I'm assuming it probably didn't adopt her. Probably just like
Just like
He just said he was watching her.
yeah.
Oh, so
probably
just like,
made sure
okay.
like all the paperwork was like good, so she went with like to a good family.
yeah.
Probably
So
all
was
that
she?
shit.
So was she 18 in the Korean one? But then what is she? Over 23 in the
yeah,
American one?
she's like
Yeah.
20 something in the American one.
Because that's less weird.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like 20 years. I guess it's because it's further apart. You're less likely to remember what they look like. Maybe.
An 18-year-old does like no. I think after 15 years, I'm not gonna remember exactly what my kid looks like.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and dude, they're this. He might be a drunk too, but especially if they're drunks, they don't. I don't think they really.
mine was a
Yeah.
really big drunk, like drinking one of those little, not little, but like
One of them littles.
one of those little things of like vodka. But
Yeah.
while he was in, I just keep asking, when he was in the hotel,
his little
yeah,
hotel prison.
they would give him like white rice, dumplings, and one of those things of vodka. And then
God dang.
Damn.
as the time went on, he was like, "No, I refuse to drink anymore." So every time they gave him one, he would pour it down the toilet.
Dang, reformed.
Yeah.
So
But-
my dude also ate dumplings.
Did he? And that's
that
how
was the-
he
Didn't he have
found.
rice?
No rice,
No
just
rice?
dumplings.
And that's how he ended up finding who
Delivered, right? to the-
delivered and like Samuel L. Jackson and all of that, because he went to different like Chinese restaurants and was eating the
and like
dumplings.
tried all the dumplings, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But it
So
was
it's the same there.
but it was so sad, and this goes back to when Joey was like, "Did you sympathize with him?" I did, only because when he was in his hotel, he made friends with the cutest little mouse. And like
What?
yeah, and so
Oh, that's different.
it was. And
What
so
was it, like cockroaches or something like that?
No,
Like Bruno?
nothing for
Nothing?
this dude.
so like he found this little white mouse, and it would like run on him and take like little food out of his mouth, and like
What
it
the-
became like his pet. And so the mouse had babies, so he kept them in this little box to like keep them
Oh
warm
my god,
and
that's
stuff.
so weird.
And
Go
so
ahead.
the next day when he got his food, it was the babies and the mouse. They had like killed and cooked for him.
Spike Lee wild, dog.
Yeah.
Wild.
I guess that makes sense. I was like, how? Because you said he was in like the hotel a lot longer, but that makes sense. That's a whole nother fucking story like plot there for no
Yeah.
reason.
And
Like I
then-
even feel like Samuel Jackson is a bigger part as the hotel guy than in the Korean version as well.
No, I think they're equally.
I don't know, man. Samuel might be the third biggest character in that goddamn movie.
No, because
Really?
like the hotel guy, he's there at the beginning. He gets his teeth knocked out, and then he comes back and like I don't think he rapes his daughter, but like he fondles her.
That's the dude in the gas mask.
Yeah, no, not the dude in the gas mask, but like it ends up being like he goes to his daughter's apartment, right? And then the whole time the rich guy's watching them.
Yeah.
And then so Odaisu realizes, oh shit, they're just like across the street on the apartment, like that's at the same level but across the street. So he runs over there, and sure enough, like the dude's right there, and he's like, I know what you want to kill me. I know you want to do this, but I have installed something in my heart that I can kill myself instantly. So you can't torture me because I'll just kill myself.
So
And like you want to find out why I locked you up for 15 years, right?
So what was the reason why your dude locked him up for 15 years?
So, but they were like, oh, Daisu's character and then the rich guy, they went to the same like Catholic high school or some shit. They're like,
They went to the same high school.
same high school, and then the rich guy, like, had sex. I'm assuming with his sister.
Well,
It was some real Game of Thrones stuff.
I mean, Odaisu walked up and saw them through the window.
Yeah.
And he was down by his sister's hoo-ha.
Yeah. And
And
so
she had her blouse open.
Daisu spread the rumor that like, she's slutty, and then like
She'll do anything.
eventually the rumor turned into she's pregnant, and then she ends up killing herself.
So
So that's the rumor that
Right.
she killed herself.
She had like a hysterical pregnancy where her body was feeling like she was pregnant. So I guess because he says the brother's like she started showing signs of being pregnant, and then it was like you're having a baby with that's also your nephew, and then it so she decided to kind of kill herself.
Yeah.
that's actually a really hard scene to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does your movie have like another guy like so?
So
who is
that's
the-
like the second twist, I feel like, in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rich guy locked him up because Odaisu spread a rumor that his sister's a slut and got pregnant, and then blah blah blah.
So that's
So-
kind of what? Go ahead, James.
Does your movie have like a secondary like person like who's the other? I don't know how to explain it, but like the other Korean guy that like first ties up the lady like, and then gets the hotel. Like, what is his role? Like, what do you consider that guy in our
Are you
movie?
talking about like Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, that's Samuel Jackson's character then.
Okay, so that's the same guy. Okay, I didn't realize that was the hotel guy.
Yeah.
That's okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, he is in the movie a lot. You're right.
So,
I thought they were two separate people.
No.
So that's basically kind of like what happened in my movie. So they went to the same like boarding school almost,
Mhm.
and the rich guy went there with his sister, and they would pick on his sister a lot. And then it looked like they were at some dance or function because everyone was like dressed up in
Function.
really
Go ahead.
nice like dresses.
There was some
and suits.
function going on.
And
Yeah.
so, Joe went to like a greenhouse to get a bottle of vodka that he had hid underneath like something. And
Dude wasn't drunk his whole life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he looked through the window of a greenhouse and he saw that girl having sex with someone. And then when they were done, he realized that it was her father
Oh.
that she was having sex with. So then he went and told the whole school basically that she was having sex with her dad and like this.
That's
and that.
worse.
And
Is it worse though?
and so
Yeah.
The father ends up killing them, right?
yeah, and then so that's what happens later on in the movie. We find out that his dad shot the daughter, shot the mother, and then he goes into a room where the rich guy is sleeping and he was like, "Oh, father," and starts taking like his belt off like they were gonna like he expected to have sex with him and shoots the rich guy and then shoots himself. But then, the rich kid lives. So that's why he's like, "You did this. You
Oh, that's
ruined
why he
my
has that
family."
scar on his body.
How did
then.
he miss though?
He was just aiming and he shot him like right here.
That makes sense. Why we saw that big ass scar on
That
the dude.
dude's scar was big as hell in the video we watched.
It almost looked like a burn.
Yeah.
Not a
Bro, you
gun.
shooting with a shotgun? Like,
Yeah.
goddamn.
It was a
He
shotgun.
had to have, right?
Oh, it was. Oh, that makes sense. Dad. Yeah. I mean, both storylines are wild.
Kind of fucked, huh?
So
But it's
then
funny.
that's why
So-
he ends up, because when he sees like Elizabeth Olsen and the other guy's character like having sex, he's like, oh my god, like I did it. And then so at the end of the movie,
Wait, he
when-
watches her have sex after he has sex with her?
no, he like puts cameras in the
He
in
records the
places.
same way he records. Like in both movies,
Yeah.
they record it.
So they were
Mhm.
at like some motel and there was like a camera in the room and like they have sex and like you basically see like everything.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
How long were you saying? Because I felt like the one in the Korean one was like 10 minutes for no reason.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
at
it's
least
long
like
in the Korean
it's
one.
like
I mean-
at least
Uncomfortably
5.
long.
It wasn't long, but it was definitely like it didn't have to be that long.
Yeah.
Like, you
Watch the
see
Korean
them?
one and
But
you'll
you're
really.
saying that,
But-
and you didn't even know that was her dad yet, did you?
No. I
Oh.
thought it was just someone that he like connected with because I was like, oh, this is such a cute little love interest.
Oh no!
That's how they get you though.
I
Yeah.
know. And then
And then you're
'cause-
like, am I a sick pervert?
Yeah. and
She said
then
totally.
and then he shows up and he was like, I know who you are, this and that. And so the rich guy was like, okay, like you win. So he takes them down and then he shows them like, this isn't your real daughter that you've been seeing for 20 years. Like I hired an actress. Your real
He shows
daughter.
him like the set and shit, right?
Yeah, like the whole set that he had built.
So
And-
Elizabeth Olsen knew she was an actress and slept with this guy because she loved him or because she was paid to.
No, Elizabeth Olsen didn't know anything. She didn't know that was her dad. She didn't know.
Wait, so was she or was she not Josh Brolin's daughter?
She was.
Elizabeth Olsen was.
So
Elizabeth
then what's the
Olsen was
fake
his
actor
daughter.
thing?
Who's the actor?
The rich guy hired some
The rich
random.
guy hired some kid since she was 10 to play Mia, which is his daughter.
Oh, so that.
So
oh, okay,
he
okay.
didn't know that Elizabeth Olsen was his daughter because that's why he's like, I've worked so hard for 20 years to keep her identity a secret, change her name, this and that, so you would never have known that was your daughter.
That almost seems more diabolical than what the Korean guy did.
So wait, hold on. I just want to piece this together. So
Do you want me to walk you through it? or
no,
do you
I
wanna
think I
talk
got
to
it. I think I got it. So there was two girls more or less being the same person, but the actor's playing the name, so he thought his daughter was the actor girl, but then it turned out that his real daughter was the one he was actually sleeping with
Yeah.
because
Right.
he tricked them out.
Yeah.
That is diabolical.
Yeah. That's next level shit.
Yeah,
Because-
I didn't understand it, but now I got it.
Is there hypnosis in yours?
No.
Well, there's no
No,
need because we got the fake.
Hypnosis
Yeah,
too Korean.
Oh, you're
yeah.
right.
Well, you
So-
don't need it because we got the fake daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Because that's what he says. He was like, I changed her name, this and that. You would have never known.
Mm.
And when he gets
Mhm.
downstairs, you see the set of like the fake crime show that he's been seeing, and you see the set of the fake like house where the host of that show interviews like her fake adoptive parents. And then
I feel like they went through a lot more like just leaps to try to make it believable. Like they did a little too much, I feel, and I think that's what takes away from that movie. Like it's like, oh no, this is so crazy, so we gotta make it like a way that we think that you'll think this could really happen. But
Yeah.
if they just did it normally like they did in the Korean film, like I get it. Like it's
Yeah.
not that deep. But I feel like they over try to like
Like, I think if you were locked away for 15 years, the first woman you met, it probably had a significant impact on you
Yeah.
emotionally.
well, yeah, especially because it's like I mean, I guess I don't know if you consider him being tortured or not, but
That
It's
is
like-
torture.
if you're locked in a room by yourself that whole time and then you like any person that shows you any kindness, I think you would
Yeah,
like open up to
100%.
them right away.
Yeah.
and then there was a part where he's at a bar and the rich guy calls him and was like, I think it's finally time we meet face to face. And then that's when he gives him like this deal, like if you find out who I am and why I've done this in 46 hours, you get all this shit. And then he like shows him a video of how Samuel L. Jackson and like his group is at Elizabeth Olsen's house. And they basically like have her bent over tied to a chair about to rape her, and he was like, you better get there now. So then Joe goes there and Samuel L. Jackson like puts him on a table and is essentially gonna do like the same thing he did to him, like cut little pieces of
Mhm.
his neck out. And then I guess the rich guy calls him and is like, I'll give you this if you leave him alone. And so Samuel L. Jackson's like, it's your lucky day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, same thing with the Korean one. They're about to like rape his daughter, and then like
Yeah.
they
She's like
showed up with a
strung up.
briefcase of
Though.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
She's
like,
like
oh, okay.
strung up on a wall, like,
Yep.
and then it's him and like fucking like 7-8 dudes.
Yeah, and that's how it was there. And so at the end of the movie, in mine, it
So that's how they
ends-
fall in love. After that, then they make love.
Yeah.
So, but he like chokes her before, and he's like, "I don't trust you," and then all that happens in the Korean one, though.
Yeah,
That
because
never
like
happened in ours. He was never like, well, he did get rough with her one time, and that's when she was reading the letters to his daughter, and he was like, "Why'd you read them?" And he got like a little rough with her, but not like.
But he never thinks she's like in on anything. Because I feel like our guy like doesn't trust her and thinks she's in
he
on it.
was.
I think the Korean version of the character is way more animalistic.
Yeah.
He's totally
Yeah.
like a wild animal.
But that's a big thing about it though, because that's why they say he's like a beast like the whole time.
He got-
and
he
then-
got-
Yeah.
He's messed up essentially.
But then at the end of my, how did your movie end?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be different.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because without hypnosis, it has to be completely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So, so he ends up, realizing he fucked his daughter. He's like, oh shit. He's like, don't tell her, please don't tell her. I'll do anything.
Dude, it gets weird.
I'll be your dog.
Do they
And
use
then
the
he's like,
present thing? That's what
yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
like.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
he opens up the present. On his end, he opens up a present. He realizes he fucked his daughter. And then on the other end of the phone is his daughter with a box, the same box. So she'll find out that she fucked her dad. But he's like,
It's
don't
so fucked
tell her. Please don't tell her. I'll be your dog. I'm wagging my tail. He's like
So
on
he
his.
gets on all fours and
he starts
shaking
barking.
his butt.
He
and
licks his
barks.
shoe.
He starts, so he starts licking the rich guy's shoes.
And
Well,
he's like,
please, master, like,
please don't.
Yeah.
But it's real weird though, because it happens. So what happens at first? He's like, more or less, I'm gonna kill you, and no one's gonna find you because I'm gonna eat your body.
But
And
then he's like, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean it. I'll be your slave. I'll be this. I'll be that. And then he's like, I'll be your dog. And then he goes into all that dog shit, which got.
And
real
then he
weird.
cuts off his tongue.
Yeah, in the course of like
So,
like
but-
a
but
minute.
it's-
But that did
it-
happen in mine too. Someone's tongue did get cut off.
But the reason that he cuts his tongue off in the Korean movie is very important.
It's because he explicitly says, like, I didn't get my sister pregnant. Your tongue did.
Right.
Your
Oh,
rumors
got it.
of, talking shit
Right.
is why my sister got pregnant.
So they cut the bar owner's, his friends, they cut his
Oh,
tongue
no.
out because
For what?
he was helping him research who this rich guy was.
I mean, they killed.
Yeah, they
the-
killed
mean,
the
yeah,
other
they
guy,
ki-
right?
Well, I'm sure the bar owner got killed, but he sent him his tongue, and he only did that because he was helping him research who the rich guy was, and then he called him, and he was like, his sister was that whore in school, like,
Same thing. Yep.
and so the rich guy went to the bar and was like, basically.
Did he have?
attacked him.
Did he also have trackers on Josh Brolin to like?
He had access to his phone so that the bar owner left messages on his phone and he was able to delete them from his. So like
Oh.
it was basically like he cloned his phone on his so he could do whatever.
Oh.
And
That's a power play.
and it was really crazy because he literally had cameras on him anywhere he went. So like when they were in that motel, he had a camera in their room. So I'm like, how did you know that was the motel they were going to? But
No cameras on our, just audio for.
Yeah, it's like they use like actual tape to record the sex happening.
oh, yeah, no, he had cameras everywhere.
Nice.
Anyway, go on.
And then so, it looks like the rich guy like takes the Odaisu's head, and they're like about to do a double kill himself and Odaisu. But then he's like, nah, fuck this shit. And then he leaves, gets in the elevator, and then you finally see what happens to his sister at the dam, where like she wants to kill herself, and he's like, no, I want to save you. And then she's like, no, I don't want you to suffer, blah blah blah, just let me go. So she lets go of her sister.
She knows she takes a picture with the most
Oh.
futuristic camera in all
This
of
fucking
1979
camera.
Korea, and then lets herself go.
Yeah.
What's
And
crazy
kills
about
herself.
it's crazy about it too, because then what happens is, does your person kill themselves?
Yeah, the rich guy ends up killing himself because he's like, all right, did my part.
But
I
what's
got nothing
messed
else
up
to
is
live
what he
for.
says though. He's like, how they like, even though we knew everything and we still loved each other, will you do the same? And I was like, that's dark as shit.
Yeah, that line. He's like, yeah, me and my sister knew everything and we still loved each other.
Yeah, they're like,
Will
we're
you
doing
do the
incest, but we
same?
love each other. Will you do the same with your daughter? And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I never said I loved her.
Yeah.
And then Daisu ends up it's like years later, he's like in some snowy environment. He's meeting with the hypnotist lady. Essentially he wants to forget
Mhm.
that he fucked his daughter, but he still wants to be with her.
He wants to forget that I think it's his daughter.
Yeah, he just
like,
wants to in his mind think it's like a love interest.
So yeah, everything before he found out, more or less, like.
Yeah.
And so the very end of the movie is him and his daughter like embracing each other, and it just the screen's on him and he's smiling, but like
A weird smile.
it's like a weird off-put smile. Like you can tell like he might know, he might not know that it's his daughter. He might have
And
forgotten.
it's a little confusing because there's like, I'll split you into two parts. So it's like one be the beast, one be the. So
Yeah,
it's like, what does he know and doesn't know? Because she said
Yeah.
it may mess your memory up and some things like may jumble up. That's what's real weird about it. Because it's like,
Yeah.
what parts does he or doesn't he remember?
It's
What
kind of a cliffhanger.
What about your ending?
So it ends with him going to his house, telling him the reason, like, I know what you did, or I know why you did this and who you are. So then he takes him to the basement and he's like, this is the set, this is a fake actress, because she's like in this clear box playing the cello.
Oh,
And
some
then-
you shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
some weird shit.
she gets up, she wipes, because he's originally the rich guy was like, I have your daughter, so if you do this you'll see her again, if not she'll die. So he was showing him like videos of this fake daughter, and so she goes downstairs, she's playing the cello, she gets up, she wipes the fake makeup off that makes her look like she's been beat up, and he was like, she's fake, this isn't really your daughter, this is, and he shows like the video of them having sex and this and that. So that's when he realizes like, oh, I fucked my daughter, oh no.
Full 10 minutes? He showed a full 10-minute video?
No, just
Oh,
like
man.
just a little, the important
Just the
parts, I guess.
penetration?
Yeah.
Just the TikTok version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he basically falls to the ground and he begs, please kill me, I don't want to be
Oh,
here anymore,
shit.
like kill me. And then he was like, no, you have to live with this now because of what you did to me. So the rich guy shoots himself.
In
And then-
front of Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so
different.
Power play.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
very end of it is like really weird because he sends a letter to his daughter saying, forget me, you don't need to know who I am, I'm not that important to you, like a whole bunch of shit. And he gives her a bag of diamonds and the squeaky
Oh, his
toy.
reward.
Yeah, and a squeaky toy from the beginning of the movie and the letter. And so she
I mean, didn't the Korean version of the character kind of do the same, except he didn't tell her to forget him?
I mean,
He sent her like the wings or whatever.
no,
right?
that was the guy, the rich dude.
Oh, that was the rich guy who did that? All right, never
Yeah.
mind.
So,
I
because he
misremembered.
got like this big briefcase full of diamonds in individual bags, it's like $20 million worth of diamonds.
God damn.
Jesus.
So he gives her a bag of diamonds.
Just
and then-
one?
Yeah, well,
Right?
I mean, I don't know.
After defiling her, he
I
should give
think-
him. He should have kept only one.
I
He
only
didn't
saw
defile
one
her,
bag,
okay?
but
He
it
had
was
no
a,
idea who it was.
It was a big box, so there could have been more bags in there.
Oh, okay.
And then it's really weird because he goes back to Samuel L. Jackson, gives him a bag of diamonds, and makes him go back into the hotel room where he stays. So he's basically like, put me back in, this is your payment, don't let me out.
Wow.
And then
I don't
that's-
like
What a
that.
sick fuck.
And then that's when
He
the
likes
movie
a sick
ends.
fuck.
Yeah, that is
and
different.
he smiles at the end too, right? Josh Brolin does.
Yeah, he's like sitting on his bed hugging a pillow. And he
Yeah.
like is smiling.
So is he
That's
trying to like?
bleak.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me either. How is that even sadder than the Korean one?
Yeah.
The Korean one's. I think the Korean one's worse though. At least he was like in the American one. He's like,
I
yeah,
never said it was sad. It was kind of stupid. I was like, man, I wish something else would have happened. But
yeah. I think the only option really is you kill yourself.
Yeah, why didn't he? What stopped him, I guess, at that point? He said, hey, just kill me.
In game. Only option
In
is
the
you kill
movie.
yourself in movie, in
Yeah,
film.
it's Josh Brolin in the movie, of course. Like the like because like at least the
Joe
Korean
Schmuck or
guy,
whatever his
Yeah.
name
yeah,
was.
at
Joe
least
douchebag or
in the
whatever.
Korean movie, at least he like forgets it, I guess you can say. Which I think he should have also have killed himself. But it's like in the
He cut
American
the tongue
version,
out. Same thing.
no, totally different. In the American version, it's like, why are you living still with that? Like, it was a childhood rumor. You don't deserve to like
Yeah.
live out your life in a prison. And it wasn't even a rumor. That shit really happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Huh.
So, do we want to move on to favorite and least favorite parts?
I think we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point we just brought out whole movies.
What awards did the American version win?
I don't know.
Razzies, Eric.
Yeah, nothing but Razzies.
Let me see.
Well, the Korean one won like second place at
Can.
the Cannes Festival. They call it like the Grand Prix. But Quentin Tarantino was jury president for that year, and it was said that Oldboy lost to Michael Moore's shitty documentary by 1 vote.
Wow.
I don't.
Fahrenheit
know.
911, or what's that even about?
9/11. Yeah, Fahrenheit 9/11.
Oh, 9/11. Okay.
So you know what's crazy? So
Somebody forgot.
was it
I'll
Robert?
never forget.
Right, never forget. Robert Ebert, like when he reviewed this or whatever, and he's like he talked about it or whatever, and he was more like saying like how like it's a really good movie, and he's like but America is not ready for something like that, and I thought it was crazy because it legit took them like 10 years before they even tried it, and it was shitty because like in 2003 this movie could not have come out in America.
Oh, absolutely not. Everybody would have
$2.
been like, Koreans are degenerates.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I mean they're similar. Like you can like I can see why the American version sucks compared to it, especially with the ending. It doesn't seem like it pays off.
I mean, my boy Cho Min Sik, dude, he went hard. He trained for this movie. He did all his stunts.
Dude, he was
Really?
clicking jaws, dude.
Clack, 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 clack.
And he even like fell asleep on set because he was so goddamn tired.
Oh my
I
God.
love the calluses on his hands, dude. That was so
you
cool.
could like see him just
Yeah.
punching the wall.
That was a hard
Like the
ass
first
ball.
day he tried punching the wall, he like fucked his wrist up.
Yeah, he like
Oh,
broke their
no.
shit.
Girl, who you texting?
No one. I was trying to do something. I was trying to send you a picture of him in the Louis Vuitton trunk to the Discord, but it's not popping up, so I'll just send it
It's
later.
a big ass trunk. In the Korean movie, it's a small ass little briefcase.
Is
Josh
it?
Brolin's a big dude, though.
Yeah.
He
It's
has
the same
a
cover,
really-
isn't it, for the movies? Both the
Yeah, I think so.
it's them
Josh,
coming out of it.
yeah, Brolin wakes up in a field. Odaisu wakes up in on top of a rooftop, but it has like a little grass green roof, some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really weird.
Because where are you gonna find grass in Korea?
Apparently, right?
They just
Also
have that
probably
favorite
wanna
part.
drag him.
Okay. James, what was your favorite part?
I mean, it's the fight scene. Like, it's the best scene in the movie because, like, oh boy, when he clicks
Oh,
them
boy.
jaws, when old boy clicks those jaws, I just love it, dude. He just rocking them. They didn't want none of him. And dude, he said, "I'm gonna watch a few videos. I'm gonna train for 10 years, 15 years, and then the first person I see, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna start clicking."
That's
jaws."
funny as hell. He's like, does 10 years of fake training work? And then like you click, it cuts them beating up people, and then it comes back to him. It does.
Yeah. There's clever writing in the Korean version. It's
Like his little monologues that he says.
yeah.
Joey, what's your favorite part?
I really love the ending of this movie, and not just because it's the only part that I rewatched. Having rewatched it, the ending of this movie is so fucking sad.
Yeah.
It is hard. The
It's
Korean
dark,
one
dude.
is so hard to watch, and it's like specifically the cinematography for when he's fighting the like final mini boss before he talks to the main guy who was torturing him. That fight scene is so weird and it's so strange, and it's like silent, and like they're not showing any hits, but like all you see is the main character flying across the room and breaking glass, and then like
Getting
the
his ass
bodyguard.
whooped.
Dude, the bodyguard picks him up and throws him 20 fucking feet at a window. It's crazy. It's like,
Dude,
it's
when
so
the wind,
Korean. It's
yeah,
so
when he hits the
Korean.
window, and I'm like, how did that not break? And then you see the shit start cracking.
And then it breaks in. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. I think that ending is so good. So that's mine.
Eric, what's your favorite part?
I like when you get to the like his Catholic school, like that twist. Like you realize, oh shit, it's not just this, it's that. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense too, because you're like, because at first when you think it's just because like, oh, they called her a slut, it's like, okay, yeah, and then because when he's talking to girls, he's like, but it has to be more. It can't be just that.
Yeah.
And then when you find out the more, you're like, oh yeah, I think I would have killed myself in game too.
Like you could see, like
Okay,
even
outta
as a
game.
kid, like Odice's character is a bad dude. He's like smoking cigarettes in front of nuns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's like, it's my last day here. I don't care.
Yeah.
Gang.
I think my favorite part of the one I watched was just like all the twists and turns that, because when I started the movie, I was like, what's this even gonna be about? I don't even know. And then when he
Yeah,
got
you probably went in
captured,
blind as
Dude, that's
shit.
the
I
best,
did.
though.
I had no
Yeah.
idea. I
Yeah.
never looked it up, never read anything on it. I saw the poster on Vudu and I was like, okay,
We're here.
let's watch this. And then it got to the point where he was like in the hotel and I was like, oh, okay, they're just trying to tell him like, hey, stop being a drunk, stop being like an asshole, be a good person. And then he got out and I'm like, where is this really going? I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
You
'Cause
never
that
would
was-
have thought.
Because that was like one of the questions the main protagonist was like, you know, you asked the wrong question. You should have asked, why did I release you?
Yeah.
Not why did I imprison you? Why did I release you?
Mm-hmm.
So then you go into the whole story of
Yeah. But I really just liked that it had a whole lot of random twists and turns.
Yeah, I wish I mean, watching either movie, I wish I would never have known that like what all happened. Like, because I knew a lot of twists just because I mean, this movie's what, almost 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had people, it's always on like foreign list and like stuff like that of movies you used to watch. Yeah,
I never even knew this movie existed.
Well, now you
And
know,
I
looks
mean,
to you're cultured.
and you got to see a little bit more of Elizabeth Olsen. That was my favorite part.
yeah, that's.
So we're gonna
I-
review the
Yeah,
2013
we gotta
one
watch.
next week.
We gotta watch that scene.
We'll
I'm letting you
switch.
know, I
We
rewatched
switch.
that scene multiple times.
Because I couldn't tell by your message, Alex. I was like, did she like the movie? Did she hate
So what did Alex say
it?
verbatim into the group chat?
She's like, Eric,
really know how to pick them or something.
you
Yeah.
really know how to pick movies, man. I was like, I don't know if that's good or bad.
All right, James, what was your least favorite part?
The fact in the end that he didn't kill himself, because once you do that, I think you gotta diss off yourself. I know it's a mistake you made, but hey, man, you're a terrible person anyways. You should just kill yourself. You shouldn't get to roll out to the sunset with your daughter.
I mean, he was never in her life anyway. Is that even really his daughter?
Yes.
Yes.
He didn't really have a choice. I know you're not advocating for them having sex, right?
I'm not.
Okay, just making sure.
Just playing devil's advocate in the situation.
Yeah, true.
Sexy devil's advocate though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could
no,
you
stepbro.
imagine if it was like back in the day when
No.
you had to?
I don't even want to.
No,
Wait,
listen.
let her finish.
Could you
Yeah, I don't know where you're going
imagine
with the thought process.
if it was back in the day? Because when you go to apply for like a marriage license or whatever, they're always like, "Is there any way you guys can be related?" And I really think in the old days you had to get like a DNA test. Could you
In
imagine?
the old days, you mean when you didn't have paperwork, so they would run your DNA?
Yeah. Anyway,
Didn't have DNA
So,
back then. Like
what
that.
would you do if they like spent all these years together and they're like, "Hey, let's get married," and they're like, "Okay, you have to do this DNA test," and it comes back that they're like,
Oh,
Father
and
and
that's
daughter.
how they found out.
"That's how they found out."
I'm sure it's happened.
It would get way hotter.
Eh,
They'd be like, this is fake.
Unless
All right.
I mean,
this
there's
roleplay is deep. There's no RP fails here, baby.
I mean, because that's the whole thing. Like, if say you and your sibling or are adopted by two separate families and you don't know each other, is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like as soon as I find out, I'm out. But
But like
You-
that's I guess that's modern times, right? Back in the day, wasn't that like a regular thing?
well, a lot of like societies, it was like
You
it was a
want
good
pure
thing. Like-
blood or
like,
some shit.
yeah,
right?
you-
Royalty
Egyptians did.
specifically would.
Yeah.
It was okay to marry and have children with your first cousins because then the bloodline is pure.
Well, the
Yeah.
Egyptians, they did it like
It's
brothers. They even did brother sister. That's why a lot of them had so many.
And
like,
look what
births.
happened to them.
I'm just saying though, like You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's just not right.
Correct.
Scientifically, you should not do
Genetically,
it.
yeah, you should definitely. not
Morally,
do it.
I'm not about it.
We do
Morally?
not promote
We don't.
incest.
Alright, my least favorite part was
Did I
the
even
What about
ask
the
Joey?
Wincest? Hold on, Wincest. Wait,
Did I
Which
even
one's
ask Joey?
no.
Joey,
For
what was
least
your
favorite part?
Yeah.
Oh, me last? My bad.
No, you can
Yeah.
do you. Go ahead.
No,
Eric,
I'm
you're
not.
excited
No,
for
I'm
it.
not even there yet. Joey, what was your least favorite part?
That I didn't just drive straight home, and now I gotta drive 2.5 hours to get home. I'm not excited for it.
Okay.
We could have rescheduled.
Could have.
Eric tempted me with it, and then I was like, Eric, that would be your reschedule though for the
Yeah.
year, and he was like, nah, fuck that.
Shit, that would have been your reschedule. Why would it be his reschedule?
I've already done my reschedule.
Oh shit, Alex, you better send your boy a reschedule.
Go ahead, Eric.
Eric, what was your least favorite part of 2003's Oldboy?
Now this motherfucker wants to host the show
A
correctly.
random ass CGI ant showed up.
Wasn't it a whole host of CGI ants?
No,
It, like,
like a
covers his whole
huge,
body.
a big ass
Oh,
ant
right.
on the subway.
Oh yeah, why?
Remember that?
That was weird. Yeah, I forgot
'Cause
about that.
it's showing the backstory of his daughter, how she's like, you're always lonely, and I guess lonely people think of ants. And then it cuts to her on the subway, sad as fuck, and then like it pans over, and there's like a CGI ant taking the subway.
Dude, it was so big though.
It was
Like-
huge,
It was like literally like 10 foot tall.
and I was like, all right.
Fine, I guess, old boy. Oh
My
shit, I have to pick the movie.
Yeah.
my least favorite part was probably the CGI in mine too, because when you would see like the blood splatter and when the dad like blew his
Load.
Like, I
Mhm.
killed
no,
him.
yeah, when he killed himself, like literally like this half of his head like came flying off, and
Oh
it just
my
looked
God.
it looked really bad.
What
That's pretty
space age
graphic.
gun was that motherfucker using?
Trying to be Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino over here.
Laser beams and shit.
All right, we're off to the cinema scores. James, would you rent it?
We're off to the cinema school.
No.
Would you buy this movie physically?
No.
Would you buy it digitally?
No.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin
do
at
you
Best
buy
Buy, Walmart, FYE, or
Just,
Voodoo?
did you say Walmart?
No. Not even Walmart.
Would you put this
Damn.
on in the background while people are over?
People.
Shut up! I can
Nah.
never say that one.
Couldn't, because there's like, you'll be like, hey, I'm watching a scene, like, and then you find out what happens, you're like,
No, you would still say and then everybody at the end would be like, and you'd be
And would you recommend?
Yeah, I think anybody should see it once for sure. Like, I think it's a good one-time watch
This is
movie.
the
Yeah,
guy who
it's a-
don't ever want to put money towards it.
Yeah,
I didn't put money towards it this time.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, you did.
we could.
Eric owns
Yeah,
it.
we did.
Hey, okay, Joey, would you rent it?
Hey, girl, I'm gonna just. I don't mean to backseat host you, but I would really like to leave in 11 minutes, and I gotta go to the bathroom.
Let's
so we gotta.
just power
we gotta.
speed it.
Yeah, we
Okay,
gotta,
would you
well,
rent it?
We got pick it up.
Would
like
you
Sky,
rent it?
Like, bing, bing,
No.
bing, bing, bing.
Would you
I would
buy
not
the
rent it.
movie physically? Would you buy it
I would.
digitally? Would you buy it in
No.
the $5 bin? Would you
Yes.
recommend?
No.
Would you put it
Yes.
in the background?
Yes.
No background.
Yes, background.
Okay, Eric, would you rent it?
He just answered them.
Would you
Good
buy
answer.
it?
He just answered that.
Would
I
you
would
buy it
only
digitally?
buy it. I would only buy it at the $5 bin at Voodoo.
Okay,
Wow.
Not at the background, and I would recommend.
okay.
I want to own this movie physically, though. This movie's a classic.
I want to own mine.
It's a cult classic. for
I
sure.
should have just bought it.
It is a
once.
classic, yeah.
Oh, and then this director did what he calls a Vengeance trilogy. So like it's like the same Vengeance type story, but like 2 other films.
Okay.
That are
So-
not connected. They're only thematically
Yeah,
connected.
thematically connected. So I'd be interested to see his other
A
Vengeance.
trilogy in a box set would be dope.
I would not
I'm sure
put
it's out
this on in the background. I would recommend it, and
Never, she said.
I would like to own it, but I would only buy it in the $5 bin
Fair enough.
somewhere.
Ratings.
James, what do you rate this movie?
James! James!
9 out of 10.
Wow.
Is that my daughter?
Joey, what would you rate this movie?
Oh, I wasn't ready. I'd probably give this movie a 8 I'll be your dogs out of 10. I'll be your dog.
And Eric, what do you give 2003's Oldboy?
8.9 AOL names out of 10. They use
And
AOL
it's so
a
funny
lot
because
in
I
this
don't know
movie.
what any of your ratings really mean. I would give it 8.
Well, you know what James's rating means.
Yeah,
Hold
well,
on.
yeah, that one. I would give it 8 Chinese squeaky toys out of 10. You have to see the squeaky toy. It's like
yeah, we don't have that.
it's like
reference.
I love it.
It's like a
Shh.
Buddha.
Don't ruin it for us. Don't ruin the allure.
I'm gonna
We'll see
watch it.
Don't
I'm
spoil
gonna
the
watch it.
movie.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch it.
We'll do a short little segment sometime down the road, and we're just gonna throw it at the end of this video.
All right. How are we gonna do this wheel? Because I don't know what to do.
We're not gonna do the wheel.
Okay, then.
The
What
Joey
did-
Tater shit.
Do you have your
I'm gonna
movie?
do the wheel.
Oh, you're gonna just will it, and then we will.
Yeah, and then like y'all will just know that I spun the wheel.
Joey's
Eric.
setting up the wheel as we speak.
Eric, fact check him. I don't trust him.
Oh,
He's looking. Let me hit you with some facts, I guess.
Yeah.
The
that's a good
epilogue of this movie was shot with borrowed cameras, costumes, because the airline ended up losing their luggage. So like that scene in the snow was all shot with like borrowed stuff.
Wow.
That's pretty wild.
I'd
It does place.
And then they shot that in like the closest place they could find snow, because like the director was like, I want there to be like a time jump, and like the easiest way for audiences to know that is like seasonal changes.
That's a good idea.
So
That
he
makes
like
sense.
he went to the closest country with snow.
What country was it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
shitty
know.
fact.
I don't know the geography of Asia.
Asia.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Fair
in the
enough.
Himalayas, maybe. So we're gonna go Coco,
Okay.
Coco.
Zack Snyder's Justice League
Oh, there we go.
Oh
4
god,
hours. Nice.
that's gonna be a tale of time. I'm gonna start watching it now.
for next week.
I still gotta watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We still also have to watch that. We're gonna do the Raid Redemption,
The Raid Redemption.
Oh, is that the?
the Taiwanese
Oh
action
my
movie, dude.
God.
It's so good. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna get weird, guys. This wheel's gonna get weird.
Oh no!
I
Alex,
don't-
look at Alex. He's like.
We're gonna throw Juno on there.
I
That's not
love
weird.
Juno.
Well, I mean, along with the other movies, it's
That
a
is-
little weird.
It's a little off. No theme to this wheel.
Let's do
I mean-
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Oh my
Love Winter
god,
Soldier.
dude, your boy.
Yeah, boy, that's America's ass.
Is my ass now.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, let's throw some Midsommar
Oh my
on the
god.
board. Some Hereditary.
I've
Oh
seen.
my god.
I said I didn't see Hereditary once. Midsommar I've seen once, and it's one of those movies I was like, I'm only gonna watch once
Not
and watch
more.
it. I know it's gonna land on it.
And
I've
for
never
the-
seen Hereditary.
for the final one, just to add a little bit of spice.
That's a lot of
These
spice.
are kind of like
Mediums.
This is like northern Indian food. We're gonna go southern Indian with this last
Oh,
pick. Shit is
shit.
gonna be spicy. We're gonna throw The Exorcist on here.
Oh, no.
He's been
1983's
trying to get this movie picked since Halloween.
The
Alright,
will decides
seriously.
always.
He's applying wheel changes.
Jesus Christ, there's so many movies on here. All right, it's time to spin that wheel.
Wheel!
Oh,
And
Alex
it
yelled that one.
lands on The Exorcist.
Oh yeah!
1973 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be busy next week. You know.
I'm gonna take my one.
All right.
It's gonna be me
rescheduling.
and
Guys.
Alex just talking about The Exorcist. It
Yeah.
was 1973, by the way.
Oh,
that was a
what
really
the
good
fuck?
game.
All right.
Eric, you're fucking.
I
you
got
know
this. Are you ready for this? Thanks
Oh,
for
shit.
tuning in on Twitch. Tweet.
Tweet. Thanks you for turning in on Twitch.
shit. You know what though? I love the confidence.
Tweet.
The confidence is
Tweet.
there.
Thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/soonerlatertv for our review of Oldboy.
For our live review of Oldboy.
That's not what this says.
If you couldn't catch
I
us,
know.
Continue listening and watching and showing your support on our Twitter at Sooner or Later TV and on
On
Facebook.
all social media,
which
that's
is-
Sooner or Later
It's
TV.
which is Sooner or Later TV. If you couldn't catch us on Twitch, that's okay. Then listen to us on Spotify at Sooner or Later. Our
on all podcast platforms at Sooner or Later
then fix
TV.
the outro if you want it done right.
Oof, you're fucking.
Yeah, you're
Peeking.
you're peeking.
Our episodes are recorded on Sundays usually and
At-
uploaded
At Sunday at when?
at Sunday around 12:30ish, and uploaded every
Central
Tuesday.
Standard Time.
And
12:30
uploaded
Central Standard
and
Time.
uploaded every Tuesday-ish. Tune in next week
Yeah,
for
sometimes
our
on
review
Thursday.
of The
It was
Exorcist.
It was uploaded Tuesday morning. It was unlisted Thursday morning.
If you have a movie we should review, go ahead and tweet us or leave a comment on our most recent postings. Remember, hug your loved ones.
Loved your hugged ones.
Love your daughters. Love your daddies.
Try not to have sexual relationships with them, and we'll see you next week.
I mean, don't try, don't do it.
Don't.
Don't do it.
Bye.
Bye.
Now you gotta hit end. Stop streaming, and then you gotta hit stop recording.